Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon and welcome to Getting Started, a tour of Wild Apricot software. My name is Lori Smith. I'm the community manager here, and next to me is Elaine Lowe, our senior support consultant. He'll be joining us just in a little bit to answer all your questions. So before we get started, we're just seeing a few more people still logging in. So I'm just going to go over a few quick tech details. You should be seeing a control panel to your right, and if you don't, you'll want to expand that red arrow there. And you're going to see a chat box, and that's where you can enter in your questions. So we'll be monitoring your questions, and even if you have problems hearing now, just let us know in your chat box. And if you are having any problems with the sound and you're listening on your computer, it is using your computer speakers or headphones, so just try turning up the volume there. And if there's still an issue or you're calling in, turn up the volume on your phone so you can actually control the volume yourself. And again, just chat us any issues you're having, and we'll be watching that. And many of you ask if a recording will be available afterwards, and the answer is yes. We'll be sending you a follow-up email with a specific link to this private Q&A session, but we also have more recordings of this video as well as other ones on our wildapricot.com/webinars page. So we'll send you everything in a follow-up email. All right, so for today's demo, most of you responded that you are pretty new to Wild Apricot and don't yet know anything. And some of you have just started free trial, which is great, but you're not really sure what to do next. And then there's even a few clients on here who still have lots of questions. So we're going to hopefully get to all of that. And we're actually going to start with a video because this will address pretty much everything at every stage. It goes over how to set up a trial account, first of all, but also how to build your website, manage memberships, create events, do your financials, and everything. So we're going to start with that video, and what I recommend is you watch it closely, and as you're watching certain sections of it, just chat in your questions, and then Elaine will do a live demo after the video and show you how everything works in person. So we'll go into depth then. All right, so now, Elaine, can I ask you to switch presenter control, and we're going to pop on this video, and again, it's just a great overview of the entire system. So we'll get that started in just a second. Click yes, okay. And you should be able to press play now.
Hi, I'm Picky Apricot Steve Andrews, and in this webinar I'm going to show you how to get started with Wild Apricot. To open a Wild Apricot account, you go to wildapricot.com and click the link to start a free 30-day trial. You'll be asked to provide an email address and optionally an organization name, your name, and the organization type. Your trial account has full access to Wild Apricot functionality at the community plan level with a few differences. After you activate your trial account, you pick a password. Be sure to bookmark the site address and take note of your login. Later, you can change your URL to something more appropriate for your organization. And if you already have your own domain name, whatever.com or .org, you can use that instead of wildapricot.org. After you click Continue, the Getting Started screen appears. From here, you can learn about Wild Apricot and the steps you should take to set up your Wild Apricot site, or you can just jump right in and get started. If you want to change the overall look of your site, you can switch to a different website theme. Wild Apricot provides a number of professionally designed themes in a variety of styles and colors. The themes are grouped into theme packs according to their layout and design. Pick a theme that's close to what you want, but don't worry if it's not exactly what you have in mind. You can customize the look and feel of your site later. To choose a theme, click on it within the gallery, then click Apply Selected Theme. You'll be asked to confirm the change. Then, You can preview the new theme and make the change permanent or revert back to the previous theme. Later, we'll show you how to add and modify site pages and change colors and fonts throughout your site. But first, we'll show you how to add contacts, create membership types, and set up events. Let's start by getting familiar with your Wild Apricot working environment. Right now, you're in what we call Admin View. Admin View displays a working version of your site and provides the tools you need to set up things just the way you want. You can switch from Admin View to Public View to see how your site appears to members and visitors to your site. Across the top of Wild Apricot screens are the menus you use to access the different Wild Apricot modules. You can hover over a menu name to view all the options under that menu, and select an option from the menu to jump to a particular screen. We'll be looking at some of these modules in depth later, but for now, let's quickly introduce each of them. The dashboard provides a quick snapshot of your account, showing your billing plan and displaying a summary of your contacts, upcoming events, recent donations, most active members, and least updated pages. Next is the Contacts module. Here you can store information about everyone who is associated with your organization, whether they are members or not. For example, they might be donors, event attendees, or administrators. The Website module allows you to manage and design the pages that make up your website. From here, you can add, remove, and edit pages, change their settings, and restrict access and visibility. Within the Events module, you set up events for your organization. The Members module is similar to the Contacts module, except it displays member-specific information and options. The Donations module lists donations to your organization and the people who made them, assuming you have set up your site to receive donations. The Finances module is where you manage your accounts receivable and track invoices issued, payments collected, and refunds issued by your organization. Within the Emails module, you can send mass emails and track your emails, including automatic email confirmations and scheduled announcements and reminders. The final menu is the Settings menu. This menu brings together all the different settings that you use to administer your site and manage your members. Some of these settings also appear as options under other menus, and some are only here, like security and site-wide settings. Along the right side of every screen in Admin View are the Help, Support, and Account icons. When you hover over the Help icon, it shows you a list of help topics specific to the screen you're on. If you don't see what you're looking for, you can search for a topic. Clicking the Support icon allows you to send the support request directly to Wild Apricot's support department and view the status of your existing requests. When you hover your pointer over the Account icon, a number of account-related options appear. Beside the account and billing option is your account number. You'll need this number if you contact Wild Apricot for technical support. Now that we're more familiar with Wild Apricot's working environment, we can start delving deeper into it. Let's jump to the Contacts module and learn how to add and manage contacts. First, you need to understand the distinction between contacts and members. Everyone stored in your Wild Apricot database is a contact. A contact may be a member of your organization, but doesn't have to be. Instead, a contact could be a donor or event attendee without necessarily being a member. Since we're just starting out with this Wild Apricot site, we just have a few contacts, most of them sample contacts. If you click a contact, you'll see their contact details. If you want to store more information about your contacts, you can add custom contact fields. If we click the Membership tab, we see the contact's membership details. There are several different ways we can add more contacts to our database. We can add them one at a time. We can set up a membership application form on our Wild Apricot site so visitors can sign themselves up as members and thereby as contacts. Or we can import them in bulk from a spreadsheet. After you upload the spreadsheet with the contacts you want to import, you map the columns in the spreadsheet to the fields in your contact database. We're going to choose the option that automatically creates new membership levels in our Wild Apricot database if we have already assigned them in the spreadsheet. Once the import is complete, the imported contacts are added to your contacts list. Now that we've added some contacts to our list, we can search the list for particular members or types of members. You can search using simple search strings or using more complex search criteria. You can save your searches for later and use your saved searches as mailing lists for email blasts. If you want to remove a contact from your database, in this case our sample contacts, you start by archiving the record. Archiving a contact rather than deleting it allows you to restore the contact at a later date. Archived contacts are not counted against your database limit and do not receive emails. If you really want to remove a contact permanently, along with his or her data, you can archive then delete the record. Now, let's jump to the Members module, where we see a breakdown of our members by membership level. Membership levels define and distinguish different types of members. You can create multiple membership levels, each with different membership fees, subscription periods, renewal policies, and benefits. You can limit access to pages, events, event registration types, and individual membership fields by membership levels. Let's remove the sample membership levels that came with our Wild Apricot account. And modify one of the levels that we imported along with our contacts. For the Platinum level, we'll set the membership fee to $50 and allow visitors to the site to join this level themselves. On the Renewal Policy tab, you choose the renewal period and the date of renewal. You can automate the membership renewal process with timed reminders and actions. To fully automate the renewal process, you can set up recurring payments. On the New Applications tab, you decide how you want to handle new applications. You can provide for various emails to be sent and actions to take place when someone becomes a member. Now that we have members in our database, we can send an email blast, a mass email to them. You can send an email blast to all your members, or you can filter the list using simple or advanced search criteria. After choosing your recipients, you choose the template you want to use as a basis for the email blast. You can choose from system templates provided by Wild Apricot, or custom templates you create yourself, either from scratch or by duplicating and modifying a system template. You can customize the email by adding or removing text, graphics, and links. You can also personalize the message by inserting macros that get replaced by specific information about the recipient, such as name. You might be used to using macros in Word for mail merges. After you send your email blast, you can track how many of your emails were opened and how many of your links were clicked on. Now, let's look at the steps involved in setting up events. From the Events module, you can set up any number of events, conferences, board meetings, training sessions, social gatherings, and publish them in an events calendar on your website. We've got a sample event already set up, so let's take a look at the settings for this one. When you create an event, you specify the event name, location, date, and cost, and provide a description. You can customize the event registration form by adding, removing, and reordering the fields that appear on the form. You can add event fields to collect event-specific information, and even sell some extra cost options to your registrants. For each event, you must set up at least one registration type before you can enable registration. Registration types are like ticket levels. Setting up registration types allows you to charge different prices for different event packages or for different kinds of attendees. For example, you might want to charge more for non-members or less for premium members. You can provide for various announcements, reminders, and registration messages to be automatically emailed. You can customize the emails for a particular event, adding text, formatting, graphics, macros, and links to each message. After you enable registration, the event will be automatically added to your event calendar. Visitors to your site can sign up for the event and pay the event registration fee online. Now, let's turn our attention to the pages that make up your Wild Apricot site. Each page on your site is based on a particular page template. The page inherits its layout from the template, along with any content that's been added to the template. Typically, you'd have your page header and footer on a template so that they automatically appear on all pages that use the template. To add or modify page templates, click Page Templates under the Website menu. You can set up multiple templates and use different templates for different pages. Here, we have one template for member-only pages, one with little content for landing pages, and one for regular site pages. You can create your own page templates or modify the existing ones. In this case, we'll customize the standard template used as the basis for public site pages. We're going to change the site name by modifying the content gadget in which it appears. Gadgets are used to display all content on your site, whether static content such as text or pictures, or dynamic content such as a site menu, a registration form, or a list of upcoming events. To modify a content gadget, you click within the gadget. Along the top of the screen, the Content Editor toolbar appears. You can use the toolbar options to add or modify text, pictures, tables, and other custom content. Here, we'll just change the site name and make the text a little more interesting using Art Text. Art Text allows you to create fancy-looking text with special effects like 3D and drop shadows. After we save our changes, they will be automatically applied to all pages that use the template. To add or modify the pages that appear on your site, click Site Pages under the Website menu. Here, we see a list of your site pages, those that appear in your site menu and those that don't. Let's go ahead and add a new page. The settings for the new page appear along the left. The page name you specify will appear as the menu option for that page. If we want the page to have an easy-to-remember address, we could enter a custom URL. Under Page Template, you choose the template to be used as the basis for the page. We'll continue to use the standard template which we modified earlier. Under Access Level, you can restrict access to the page to certain membership levels or member groups, or to site administrators only. Here, we'll enable access for everyone. To add content to the page, you drag and drop gadgets. In this case, we'll add a Google Map gadget. To change the address being displayed on the map, hover over the gadget, then click the settings icon. Other gadget settings can be used to control other aspects of the gadget. If we want to subdivide one of the content areas, we could add a layout. Layouts split content areas into cells where you can drag and drop different gadgets. Here, we're going to add a 2-column layout. And move the Google Map gadget into the first column. You can, at any time, adjust the column widths of the layout simply by dragging. Other layout settings include column spacing, a background color or image, and the layout height. In the second column, we'll add a content gadget. Content gadgets are used to add custom content like text and graphics. To begin modifying a content gadget, you click within the gadget. To enter text, just begin typing. Instead of formatting the text yourself, you can select text styles with predefined formatting. For some gadgets, including content gadgets, you can choose a gadget style to display the gadget with a title bar and border. To insert a picture, click where you want the picture to appear, then click the image icon in the toolbar. You can choose a picture that is already in your account, or upload a new picture from your computer or network. You can set the size of the picture on the page, choose whether you want a border, and where the picture appears relative to the surrounding text. If you know HTML, you can click the HTML button and edit the HTML of the content gadget. You can turn a piece of text or a picture into a hyperlink by clicking the Insert Link option. You can link it to a website, another page in your site, a section within the same page, or to an email address. Instead of a text link, you can insert a button that jumps to whatever page or website you choose. After saving the new page, we can control the order of the pages in the site menu by clicking the Reorder Pages link. From here, you can drag and drop pages where you want them to appear. You can customize the look and feel of your site by changing the colors and styles settings. From here, you can change the colors and fonts of a number of elements that appear throughout your site, like the menu, login fields, etc. For example, you can change the color of hyperlinks or the point size of headings. For experienced website designers, Wild Apricot provides a number of tools for advanced site customization. Using CSS customization, designers can tweak the appearance and behavior of the site. Using JavaScript, you can add customized functionality to a page or to your entire site. For example, you could add code to track traffic on your website using Google Analytics. Using theme overrides, you can replace or override the theme files that control the appearance of the current theme. For example, you could use theme overrides to customize the master layouts that form the basis of page templates. To manage your finances, go to the Finances module. From here, you can view your invoices, record offline payments, and review payment details. You can also generate a number of financial reports. If you want your site to be able to accept online payments for membership dues, event registrations, donations, etc., you provide the details of your online payment system. If you're required to collect sales taxes or value-added taxes, you can set them up to be automatically applied to membership invoices and event invoices. We've seen how you can use different Wild Apricot modules to manage your membership, set up events, and customize your website. For more information, see Wild Apricot's online help or contact our support department. Remember, you can find links to help and support in Admin View in the upper right corner of the screen. Thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful.
Okay, and we're back. So that was the video portion of our demo. We know that was long and there's a lot of information, but it really does give the best overview of our entire system. So Elaine's just getting set up here. He's putting on his microphone, and we're going to answer all your questions. So I hope you have some good ones. Angela here already has a few really good ones, so we may start with hers because I'm sure it answers a lot of yours. But yeah, start thinking about, what are your needs, your everyday upload, new contacts, or how to set up your website. Whether it's, a lot of you said you want to learn how to manage events using our systems. So just let us know what it is you want to know, and Elaine has a demo site set up so he can really show you the nitty-gritty of things. So I'm just going to see if Elaine is set up here. Elaine, are you on live with us now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect.
Great. So let's start with Angela's question. Oh, sorry, I'm reading that out. So Angela asked a really common question, I think. So her memberships are per company, and all employees of that company automatically become members. So she's wondering, how do you register all those members at once? And so Elaine has a good solution for this.
Yeah, so a lot of people, a lot of organizations have I guess families that sign up or smaller companies that sign up into their organizations. And the way Wild Apricot handles that is by offering two types of membership level types, which is the individual level, which is for just single memberships. If I was to sign up for my own for myself, then I would be a single membership. But we also have something called a bundle membership. So think of it as something like a family type of organization. Family type of membership, which you have one head of household managing the finances while you have the rest of the dependents. So to do that, you just have to go into members at the top, and you'll see levels. And I have one set up already, which is the Cat Lady bundle, but you can add a new level by clicking the button at the top. And you'll see the type here, which is individual and bundle. And with that, you can also limit it to however many members you want in the bundle. or you can set it to unlimited. So once the head of household registers for this membership level, they'll have the opportunity to add as many as many members or dependents as they want into the level, and the invoice will be sent to the bundle admin.
Okay, that was a good demo. And as a follow-up to that, you mentioned the invoice would be sent. So actually, Angela had a follow-up question to that, which was how would you send an invoice, and how does the financial aspect of our system work with QuickBooks?
A common misconception about Wild Apricot is that it interfaces or integrates with QuickBooks. That's not true. What happens is you can actually export financial details into QuickBooks. So, like for example, if I have the invoices here, I can actually click on Export to QuickBooks, and that would allow me to export these financial transactions into a QuickBooks type of format, which is the file type IIF. So once you have that QuickBooks format, you can open your QuickBooks and import that file into your QuickBooks.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so here Carl's asked a question about how to import information about your membership, so that initial importing of contacts. So he's asked, what's the format needed for an Excel, or how would you import contacts?
Well, the first and foremost, to import contacts, you can go to Contacts at the top, and you'll see a button here for import, so you can click on that. And here's the import tool or wizard. So you would choose the file that that you want to import. I don't exactly have one right now, unfortunately, so I can't show you. So once you have the Excel file, you can upload it. And what happens is in your Excel file, you have columns with your information. So it corresponds to the fields that you set up in Wild Apricot as well. So you can map the columns to the fields you have in Wild Apricot, and the system would automatically handle that and create those columns as fields in the contact details. Now, the second part of that question is the actual format of the spreadsheet. Wild Apricot can handle most of the Excel formats, like XLS or the other one is XML, but the one that we prefer is the CSV file.
Okay, so that's a good one. Here's a great question from Naomi. So say you want to edit your website offline, wait to get approval from the board, and then make the changes public. Is there a way to kind of do that? Is there, edit in the background?
Well, since you perform all actions in Wild Apricot on a browser, so it has to stay connected all the time. However, if you go to website and you create pages, so right now all my pages are public. So if I wanted to add a new page, but I didn't want to show it to the public, I can do that. So if I click on Add Page, and in the page settings on the right side, you'll see that there's an option for access level. So if I was to keep it as admin only, it would not show on the public side of the page, but rather it'll show up on the admin side. So I just created a page. As you can see, it says admin only. And if I were to go to the public view, it shows up here in the preview as I'm editing the page. But if I go to the public view, you'll see that it's not even there. So you can only see that page in admin view. So to answer your question, yes, you can, but it'll stay online, but you don't have to show it to the public until you get approval. And when you do get approval, you just have to hit edit at the top and just set it as a public page.
Great. So I guess the board members could log in with their admin login and see that. Okay, so here's a bigger question in general, and I think this is what a lot of people want to know. So Carl's asked, okay, so let's maybe walk through how you would quickly create an event and maybe send out an invite, and then how does the online payment actually work for that?
Sure. At the top, you'll see events, so let's click on that. And I already have a few events set up just for my own testing, but I'll just create a new event. So as you can see, this is the screen that you'll see when you're creating an event. It's for everybody. It's the same for everybody. So I'm just going to do this as a test event. And I just have to fill out the mandatory fields that's indicated with the star. So the start date, I'll just do it for today, which shows up in the past because I didn't set the time. Let's do it for 5:30. You know what? I'm just going to set it to May.
You can set it to May 1st, my birthday.
All right.
Birthday event.
All right, so I'm going to set it to Toronto, and I would set it, it's not an admin only, so I'll create it for public. And I can't enable registration just yet. The reason for that is because I need to save it first, and not just because I have to save it first. What description? But in order to enable registration for an event, I need to create registration types. So right now I don't have any registration types, so I'm going to add one, and I'm just going to call it members only, and I'm going to set a base price of $10. And availability, since I named it members only, it's just a name. It doesn't actually do anything. I'll actually have to go into availability and go to members only and select the membership levels that I want to allow to apply for this registration type. And I will save it. So once that's been set up, just to add in, you can add as many registration types as you want. So you can have like public or members only or your board members, and you can set it up that way. So right now I have one registration type, so I can actually edit the event now and enable the registration. So that's cool. And now if I go to the public view of my site and I go to the events, you'll see the event showing up on my event list. So if I click on register, I can register myself. And since I'm not renewed on my membership level and it's a members only event, that means the security locks me out from actually being able to register for this event. So if I were a active member and I was registering for this event, I would be able to register for the whole event. And to answer Carl's second question about online payments, at the end of the registration, you'll be presented with the Pay Online button if you have your PayPal integrated with your Wild Apricot system, which can be done in the settings portion, which is under settings, and you'll see payment settings. And right now the system is integrated with PayPal standard, but it's not just PayPal. There's a ton of different payment systems that's compatible. If you click here, you can see a list of them. So once it's integrated, at the end of the checkout, they'll be presented with an invoice. And if they click on Pay Online, they'll be taken to the PayPal payment standard landing page to enter their credit card information and be billed. And once their payment information is finished, they'll be forwarded back to Wild Apricot.
Right. So we actually work with a bunch of other payment sites too, but PayPal is the most common one. So we'll try to show that a bit better in the next demo. So I have two related questions here, one from Elizabeth and one from Jessica. If you already have a website, how would you transfer the URL to Wild Apricot if you were to do that?
Okay, so if you have an existing site and you have a domain name with that existing site, but you want to change to Wild Apricot and use Wild Apricot for all your functions, what you can do is since you purchased the domain name, you'll have to go into your domain name host, something like GoDaddy, or the other one was like Network Solutions, and you can change the settings, the DNS settings, to point it to Wild Apricot server. And that sounds complicated, but it's not that bad. If you go to our help page, which is here, and if you just type in custom domain, you'll see that there's a custom domain setup. So if you click on that, you'll see that we do have settings. There's only 3 settings that you need to change, and it's the CNAME, the A record, and the TXT record. And this is found in every single domain host. So you just need to change the setting in your your domain name host, and point it to the values of Wild Apricot, which is sites.wildapricot.org, this IP address, and this string. And it has to be like character for character. It can't be anything different.
Great. So that's to actually switch the domain. But say you have a website and you want to keep it on GoDaddy or WordPress, and you just want to integrate sort of the membership elements. How would people do that?
Yep, that's an option too. So if you want to keep your existing site and want to use Wild Apricot functions, you could do so. And to do that, you just need to set up the Wild Apricot functions in Wild Apricot first. So if, for example, I wanted the membership application in my third-party site, I would just have to go to create a page with the Join Us gadget, which is this right here, this membership application. And once I've created the membership application, I can go into settings again, and there is a link for widgets code. So every single gadget that I've created on the Wild Apricot site has a code. So the Join Us, the code is right here. So I just need to click that and copy it. And I can take this code into the third-party site and paste it. And what it does, it will create a frame that contains the membership application. So you can do that for not just the membership application, but you can do that for the membership directory and like the donation form. And your visitors won't even know that they're looking at a Wild Apricot application.
Yeah, that works really well if you don't want to do a whole switch. So I'm just, I had a question lined up here. I guess if people want to build a mobile website, is that something that we can offer? Do we have some mobile-friendly website themes?
Yep. So there's no Wild Apricot application for like mobile to create your site. We'll touch upon that a little bit later. But in order to make your site mobile responsive, you need to pick a more responsive theme. So the first thing you do in Wild Apricot is actually pick a theme. And right now, we do have a few responsive themes available. And this is a good hint to you guys before you get started. The Skyline, the Whiteboard, and the Bookshelf theme, these 3 are all responsive, meaning that if you look at the theme, if you look at your site on a mobile browser, it'll actually scale and fit your site into a better view for your visitors. But if you were to look at the other themes like Blueprint and Fiesta, these have responsive capabilities, but they're not as good as the 3 that I mentioned at the top. They could be made into more responsiveness, but it still doesn't replicate it as well as the Whiteboard. So I do highly recommend using those 3. We do have plans to change all the previous themes that we have into more responsive, but we don't really have a timeline for that. So to save yourself some trouble, I would highly recommend using the 3 at the top.
Yeah, and these days, keep in mind that a lot of your members will be reading your emails and signing up for things on their mobile phones. So that's a good recommendation to just start off with a responsive website, and most of them are nowadays. So soon enough, all of ours will be. So I imagine some of you are probably thinking, wow, this looks complicated. How would I do this? How would I set up all these things, all these embed codes and everything? So sometimes we get a lot of people asking us, can we create their site? Can we do this for them? And if you want to talk a bit about that, Elaine, what we offer.
Yeah, well, Wild Apricot is a self-service program, so meaning that we don't create the site for you. We've tried to make the system as simple enough for you to, without web development knowledge, to create a site on your own. But I do realize that it's not as simple as as said. We in Wild Apricot in technical support are here to help you. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call or send us an email. And you can do that by the support button at the top of your site, as you can see here. If you need even more help, so say somebody to create your site for you, we do have that option available as well. If you go to our Wild Apricot main homepage, which is wildapricot.com, and under Help, you should see Service Partners. These partners have experience in creating Wild Apricot websites, so they do provide the service for you. And if you go to this page, you can check out their featured projects, which they have used Wild Apricot to create sites for their clients. So this is always an option too if you really need that extra help.
Yeah, our partners are a great resource if you want to just skip all this stuff and have someone else set it up. They know Wild Apricot really well. Otherwise, if you do take the time to jump in and then use our support team, that's what they're there for. Elaine is one of them, and as you can see, he can help you out and show you everything. Elizabeth here has asked if we offer any online training opportunities, and that's an interesting question, Elizabeth, because that is the direction we would like to go. But for now, if Elaine, you just want to show them our help site, because there's tons of great stuff on there and some videos, and I love our how-to pages. So we do have a lot of great resources in our forum. But yeah, Elizabeth, we're heading that direction. So be patient. But as of now, we don't. So Elaine, can you just kind of show them around on the help site?
Yeah, sure. Adding to that, if you really liked the Getting Started video today, we actually have a lot of similar videos as well. If you go to webinars at the top of the wildapricot.com homepage, you can actually see that we have pre-recorded webinars. So here's the Getting Started one that you saw today, but we also have like more in-depth ones like managing your membership database, like events, setting up your site, and using the finances. So those are probably the best resources. But if you're looking for something more specific, our help page is a great resource. It's a knowledge base with all answers. Like for example, how I just pulled up that custom domain. I just typed in custom domain, and we had an article on it right away. And okay, that's not good. Sorry about that. Usually it's not like that, but if you type in keywords, you would usually find help articles. Like for example, if I were to type in GoDaddy, we do have a help page on GoDaddy on how to set up specifically for GoDaddy. So that's always a good resource. And again, if you have any questions or difficulties, again, feel free to contact support. And we're always here. Just call us within our hours of operation. And let's see, help if that works. Okay, so that's good. So the example I was using is GoDaddy. And as you can see, we do have GoDaddy DNS setup instructions. So just type in the keywords of some of the things that you're confused about, and we more likely we do have a help page on it.
Yeah, there's great stuff in there, and there's even the forum. And can I just show people the how-tos page? Okay, I'm hopping in here. I think is it in here? This is my favorite page, everyone. How you can do anything is a lot of that stuff is there. So yeah, just explore. And I think, oh, okay, there's one more question in here from Jessica. Do you allow for a members-only directory? Yeah, we didn't really show the directory, so good question, Jessica.
Yeah, there's many ways to handle this. Just let me bring this up first. I do have a member directory. So right now, my directory is a members-only directory because I put it into a members-only page. So this page here is an actual members-only page because I set it up with the permissions to for only members to view this page. So any child page of a members-only section will automatically become a members-only page. If you want your directory to show on the public but have the information show for only members, that sounds confusing, but let me get to that. So if I go to Mr. Aristocat here, and you'll see that these fields are public right now. So first name, last name, so anybody could see all this information. But that doesn't have to be like that. If you go to settings and under members, you'll see privacy. So these are the fields that correspond to the profile page. So right now, the first and last name fields are listed as anybody, so anybody could see those. But if I were to change it to no access, and if I go back to directory,
Oh, sorry, Elaine. Something happened with your sound there. I think that's why I would just put in.
it's better now.
There we go.
Okay, good. So I just lost my train of thought. So let me just go back there. Yeah, so as you can see, since I hid the first name and last name fields, it no longer shows up. So you can apply the same method to members only as well. So if I change those fields to members only, your public visitors will see the directory, but in order to actually see the fields, they'll have to be members in order to see them.
Yeah, and I know a lot of our members have the public and then the private directory, and say phone numbers or contact information they might keep private, but they want to show off people's businesses. So there's some flexibility there. And just to follow up on that, Jessica, like a lot of people love Wild Apricot because we offer those different levels of administration, or the public and member view, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, especially if you have a lot of volunteers helping with your site, or board members. They can control only certain aspects of the site. So that flexibility is really great. So definitely keep that in mind. Is there any more questions? I'm going to ask people to put in any more questions if they've got some last stuff. If not, you can email us directly, or we'll put you in touch with our sales team. They're more like tech consultants that can help you figure out stuff. But I'm not seeing any more at this moment, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to show you, our site. And actually, if you go to that community page that you're just on, you'd have to type in, all right. We are about to launch our community section. Sorry. Oh, there we go. All right. Apologies, everyone. I'm typing. Okay. I think this is something. Okay. Perfect. Apologies. So this is our new community landing page, and I think it was someone was asking about training. Oh, and there's a few more questions that just came in, actually. We'll probably just answer those in the email follow-up. So don't worry, we will get to you. And yes, this session is recorded, and we'll share that with you, all these Q&As you'll get. But this is our new community page. As of tomorrow, you'll see a new menu that you'll be able to click on that easily. But we do have, in addition to our product webinars, we have these things called expert webinars, where we talk about bigger issues related to running a membership organization. So Joe Waters is going to be joining us on May 21st, and Joe literally wrote the book on cause marketing, and he's going to tell you how you can raise more money through win-win sponsorships, is what he calls them. And so that's making your sponsors more like partners. So you can sign up to that here. We'll send you the link. If we could just, can you copy that and put that in chat? And then we also have some other great stuff in our community. Perfect. Elaine just chatted that to everyone. This is our membership advisory group. These are monthly calls where we discuss bigger challenges and really figure out real ways of solving them. So we're going to follow up on sponsorship and talk about what are your challenges with sponsorship. So you can just join us there. This will take you to a form. You can sign up. And that's our community section. And then I've been chatting to you all through the video to let you know about all of our mobile stuff. So again, we have those mobile website themes, which were Bookshelf, whiteboard, and skyline. And you can also, so that allows all your members to do all this stuff, sign up to your events, view their profile on their phones or mobile device. And then we also have an app that you can download, and that's for site administrators. And the cool thing about the app is you can use it at events, so you can just whip out your phone and actually check in event attendees right at the door or add new people. So, and that all gets synced with your database automatically. So it saves you a lot of time, and you can download that from the Apple iStore or the Android or Google Store. And also, it allows you to add new contacts to your database even when you're on the go. So if you're at an event or you're networking and someone says, yeah, I want to join, or they need their information updated, you can do that all from your phone now, and everything gets synced to your database. So you're always organized. And yeah, Elizabeth is excited about that mobile app, so definitely check it out, download it. Again, it is for site admins, so just keep that in mind. Not everyone in your organization can use it. It's more for you to manage your event registrations and your contact information. So, and then for those of you who are totally new to us and have not signed up for a trial, there's no better way to learn our system than testing it out. And after today's demo, hopefully you should have a better idea of where to get started. And for those of you who have more specific questions, I'm seeing some stuff here about how to upload documents and attachments and all sorts of things. We'll answer that, and our support team is always here to help you. They are amazing, and if you have bigger questions about how the system really fits your needs, we suggest contacting our sales team, and you can actually schedule a sales call here, and times will come up, and you can actually talk to them about the bigger picture and how it'll help your organization. So we have lots of resources, and we want to thank you for joining us today. It was great that you all took the time, and Wild Apricot really does make your life easier. So we hope you do learn it and enjoy it, and contact us at any point. Thanks everyone for joining.